Now, following the fall of Kabul through the Taliban, the American global reputation and its geopolitical value has gone up in flames. After facing recrimination, anger and shame, the American leaders, strategists and politicians are raging against each other in a bitter blame game. Now, back in January, US President Joe Biden proudly proclaimed America is back on the world stage after taking White House. Now, in less than 5 months, chaos and confusion has gripped over his presidency. As Joe Biden sits at Camp David, watching Afghanistan fall apart, these images were shared by the official Twitter account of the White House. The US president held virtual meetings with members of his national security team, diplomats and intelligence experts. The White House statement says, and I'm quoting here, "Those in power and authority across the country bear responsibility and accountability for the protection of human life and property and for the immediate restoration of security and civil order. The Afghan people deserve to live in safety, security and dignity. We in the international community stand ready to assist them." Afghanistan is far from safety and stability, far from what Biden had promised. The US embassy is abandoned, no flag staff or diplomats. The only thing we can see are images of American diplomats fleeing the US embassy in helicopters, American choppers doing shuttle runs between US embassy and Kabul airport. These images are eerily similar to the fall of Saigon in North Vietnam in 1975. Social media was quick to spot a deja vu moment for the world, when the US had suffered a humiliating loss in Vietnam, just like in Kabul. And America had to scramble to evacuate its citizens from Saigon, perhaps the most damning moment for Joe Biden, where his own words at the White House news conference on 8th of July, Biden explicitly declared that there would be no parallels between the US withdrawal from Afghanistan and the fall of Saigon.
There's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of an embassy of the United States from Afghanistan.
Former President of the United States, Donald Trump, has yet again lambasted Joe Biden. Trump has called for Biden's resignation. He said, I'm quoting again, "It is time for Joe Biden to resign in disgrace for what he has allowed to happen in Afghanistan." He has called Biden's move legendary and said that the decision will go down in history as America's greatest defeats. It is also important to note that the decision to withdraw American troops from Afghanistan was taken by Biden's predecessor, Donald Trump. The 45th President of America, Dr. Donald J. Trump, was one who approved the peace agreement with the Taliban in his final days in office.
I spoke to the leader of the Taliban today. We had a good conversation.
Eventually, countries have to take care of themselves. We can't be there for the next another 20 years. We've been there for 20 years. And we've been protecting the country, but we can't be there for the next. Eventually, they're going to have to protect themselves, you know.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.